Bot Builder's back, and welcome to a brand new series on this channel. Yes, it is getting very close to the Christmas season, so just to build up the road to Christmas, over the next 4 weeks on this channel, we'll be having a mega 32 robot tournament, single elimination, and the 32 machines are representing 32 different countries. Yes, that is right, it's the World Championships. Yes, we'll start with 32 different machines fighting for the pride and honour to prove that their country makes the best robots of them all. But by the end of those 4 weeks, we'll have one machine left, the World Champion. So, now that we've got that out of the way, let's explain how the tournament will work. So as I said, this is a single elimination tournament, so the 32 machines will be split into 16 head-to-head battles, but when that's done, we'll then have the round of 16, where the remaining 6 machines will then go into 8 head-to-head fights. When that is all said and done, we'll then have the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and the grand finals as usual, and it's bound to be one chaotic tournament. And, well, just to spice things up, we will also be having a main event each episode. And we'll have 8 fights per episode, so it's going to be jam-packed full of action. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's see the fight card for episode 1. So in the main event coming up later tonight, we'll be seeing Rapid, representing England, taking on Red Bull from Spain. We will also be seeing Philippa from Belgium take on Death Roll from Australia. New Machines, Head-On Collision, rep from Sweden, will be taking on Mechaniac from Austria. We will also be seeing Amway Anarchy Veterans Nexus from Northern Ireland take on Yin and Yang 2 from China. Speaking of Asian countries, we have Orbi Blade representing South Korea, and they're going to be taking on the Kiwi Killer Endgame representing New Zealand. Another fight where we see 2 new machines as Tubcal from Morocco will be taking on Speed Dozer from Malta. Robot Wars veteran Cerberus representing Cyprus will be taking on another new machine in the Jamaican robot, Bolt. But to kick things off, to start the World Championship, we have the reigning World Champions, Gravity, from the Netherlands, taking on the Canadian robots, Lucky. So let's get straight in to our first fight. From the Netherlands, Gravity. Gravity are the reigning World Champions, having won the World Champions in an off-air tournament, and they're back once again hoping to defend their crown. They do have a very powerful flipper, one of the most powerful in Robot Wars Omega. However, they do seem to struggle when they get flipped on their side, and they do have a high ground clearance. From Canada, Lucky. Lucky are veterans of Robot Wars Omega, having reached the Heat Finals in Series 1 and being runners-up of the Annihilator. They've certainly had a lot more success than in BattleBots. They have a very strong 4-bar flipper. However, they are prone to being flung by a vertical spinner. And in the Core Patrol Zone for the CPZ, we have probably the only person to be banned from every bar in the world. It's Virus. And we also have Rhino. Believe it or not, they are actually quarter Latvian. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate. So the World Championships is off and underway with the reigning World Champions Gravity. Now, as I said, despite us being the first World Champions, doesn't mean we haven't done it off camera before, and Gravity did win the World Championships off camera, but Lucky flipping Gravity up and over. And Gravity, as I said, they do have a high ground clearance. They are vulnerable to flippers, but Lucky are a very lightweight machine, getting flung around by Gravity. Gravity certainly coming with that huge flipper right there, throwing Lucky around at the minute. Lucky seems to be in a bit of trouble. Lucky dodging and darting away, and now getting right underneath Gravity. Gravity being flipped up and over, but they do self-right. They do indeed self-right and throwing Lucky towards Virus there. Lucky now on their backs, and yes, they self-right. And now kind of another good flip onto Gravity. Now Lucky, they are fan favourites. Hexbot Heroes is a huge fan of them, but now Gravity flipping Lucky up and over, and they're out the arena, just like that, and you can see why Gravity are the reigning World Champions with a victory like that. Cease. Very impressive stuff by Gravity. dealing with Lucky very quickly. Lucky, they're out. Gravity, they go through to the round of 16. From Cyprus, Cerberus. Cerberus making their debut in Robot Wars Omega, although they are Robot Wars veterans. Based on the dog that guards the gates of Hades, they do have a nice ramming tongue and these nice 4 sets of ramming claws. However, they cannot self-right. They could be in trouble, this dog. Representing Jamaica, Bolt. Bolt boasts to be one of the fastest robots in the competition, and well, with a name like Bolt being named after the fastest man alive, they've got to live up to those expectations. Fast, nimble, low to the ground, and armed with a deadly top hinge, this robot could be a dark horse. And in the Core Patrol Zone for the CPZ, well, neither of them did bugger all last fight, so let's put Virus and Rhino back in the arena once again. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate. So we've already seen the Canadian hopes bite the dust. So which one will bite the dust next? Will it be Jamaica or will it be Cyprus? Well, Cerberus already trying to get that ramming tongue in underneath. It's meant to lift robots up, help with pushing, but Bolt coming with a great flip right there onto Cerberus. And Cerberus on their backs does the, and I don't think this dog wants a tummy tickle. Rhino slams Cerberus into the arena wall. They do get back up. But Cerberus now trying to get that ramming tongue in underneath. Now the team of Cerberus actually come from London, but they're representing Cyprus because they obviously have Cypriot heritage within them. Bolt, they are actually all the way from Jamaica. Cerberus trying to come with their good ram right there, and they're pushing Bolt into the arena wall. They do have a good set of pushing power there on the dog, but they've been flicked up and over by Bolt once again. And I like the look of Bolt. They have a very strong flipper. Rhino slamming Cerberus into the arena wall. Oh, we should have had Growler for this. So we could have had a dog fight. Cerberus once again being righted. And Bolt trying to come with another good flip right there. In onto Cerberus. Cerberus still trying to push, but they've been flipped up and over once again. And up and over they go. Bolt are seemingly dominating Cerberus here, it seems. I like the look of Bolt. This is a very good first shown by them here. And Cerberus, well, they are Robot Wars veterans. First World Championship quarter-finalists way back. Granted, that was because Maul had to pull out. But I don't think they're going to be making it past the first round here. And they're on the floor flipper. And we'll see how far the dog will fly. Oh, getting thrown all the way across the arena. And now in comes Virus to give the dog the coup de grace, giving it the tummy tickle before dumping it down the pits. Cease. Well, a very impressive shown by Bolt. We haven't really seen much of the speed, but we have seen much of that very strong flipper. They go through to the next round. From Malta, Speed Dozer. Here's Speed Dozer all the way from Malta, armed with a decent enough lifting scoop. Track driven, lots of good pushing power. We saw them in the Robot Rumble, did alright, but they are hoping to get a victory here in the World Championships. From Morocco, Toubkal. Toubkal is named after the tallest mountain in Morocco, and it's got a pretty good mentality of just smash robots with a big axe. It does have a very big axe, very strong, and with a deadly pin. This robot could pull off a couple of surprises, I think. And in the Core Patrol Zone for the CPZ, both of these house robots are internationally recognised. It's Growler and Matilda. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. So, we have 2 brand new robots from 2 world countries who've never really made a robot before. But already, Speed Dozer trying to come with a good lift in onto Toubkal and pushing him into Growler. But Toubkal do get away. And indeed they do. And now they're bringing down the big hammer right there. And oh, trying to smash down in onto Speed Dozer. Speed Dozer, they do have a vulnerable top armor. They do have a little lifting scoop. The whole idea is that they're meant to push a robot wherever it wants them to go, and they are pushing Toubkal to the CPZs, and Matilda coming in with her flywheel right there, and Speed Dozer trying to have a little lift at Matilda then. What are you thinking? You don't want to do that. Toubkal, they have been struggling here a bit. Speed Dozer are pushing them, and they are showing good control here. Toubkal, though, they self-righted, now bringing down the hammer once again. And oh, they punctured a hole! They punctured a hole! Through! Speed Dozer! Oh, that is a big hit right there! Oh my word, Tucal, they have a powerful weapon, don't they? And I think they punctured right through one of the tracks! And now they're just parading Speed Dozer around! Oh my word! This is one powerful machine! This is one powerful axe, I might say! This could be a dark horse! And now, well, Speed Dozer, one of their tracks I think is completely ruined! And look at how effortlessly it could throw a machine around! Oh my word! And Speed Dozer, from starting off the stronger, I don't think they're gonna win this. I think Tucal are probably the favourites to win this now. Trying to puncture more holes in onto Speed Dozer. Oh, and another big hole puncture right there. And I think, well, there isn't going to be a way back in it for Speed Dozer, I don't think. Oh dear. And now Growler is now going to come in with a good slam right there. Oh, Jesus. Slamming Speed Dozer onto its back. And now trying to come with a good clamp right there. Speed Dozer trying to self-right. They can't. They're stuck up against the arena wall. But I don't think there's much life left in them now, especially from the onslaught of hits from that big axe. Tucal look impressive. And I think they're going to put them on the drop zone. Yes, they do. The first drop zone of the series. And I do wonder what is going to drop. And... oh, it's a bunch of fidget spinners. We had one fidget spinner in Edit Wars, and now we have a bunch of them. Oh, dear. And Speed Dozer being pushed down the pit. Cease. Oh, and cease exactly on time. I mean, it's gone 3 minutes. Tucal, they look really impressive. That axe has got a lot of power behind it. Speed Dozer, their road ends here. From South Korea, Orby Blade. Right, here is Orby Blade representing South Korea. Has been given the nickname Korean Tombstone, and you can see why, as it's got a vicious horizontal spinner. They even have a good self-righting mechanism. We saw them in the Robot Wars Omega live episode where they looked very impressive, but how are they doing a World Championship? From New Zealand, Endgame. Endgame was another machine we saw in the Robot Wars Omega live events. They actually paired up with Orby Blade to take on the House Robots. They've also qualified for Series 2 after trouncing Bite Force. They are expected to do very well, and they do have one of the scariest vertical spinners in the business. But how will it do here against another big scary spinner? And in the core patrol zone for the CPZs, we have Growler and we have Virus, who are both hoping to get a bite down on these two vicious spinners. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Oh, this one should be good between two vicious spinners in Endgame and Orby Blade already having a big collision just then. Now, they are both very powerful spinners, and oh, another big hit from the big spinner of Endgame. Endgame, they do look very impressive. Orby Blade spinner seems to be a bit buckled. Now, both machines, they were in the Robot Wars Omega live episode. The first one, I mean, at the time of recording, I could have done another one by then. Oh, who knows? Who knows? I'm not a time traveler. Oh, a big hit from Endgame there, though. And Endgame been flipped up and over by Orby Blade's spinner, but they do have a Shremek, which is good. Both machines can self-right. I think it's going to come down to, well, who can withstand the most damage? Oh, Orby Blade's lost a weight in one of its spinners. And I think this looks like it's going to be Endgame's victory. Orby Blade now, well, one of their weights is gone, so they can't use their spinner as effectively. And, oh, a big hit right there from Endgame in onto Orby Blade. And, well, I mean, this is the halfway point for this episode, and what a good halfway point match this is between two spinners, but I think it's going to be the victory for the vertical spinner, and Orby Blade being absolutely battered by the blade of Endgame. Oh, this is a shame to see. Orby Blade, they're a good machine, they have potential, they really do, but they just got such an unfortunate draw being drawn up against Endgame, and they do self-right, but look at how buckled their spinner is. Oh dear, and they've been flipped up and over once again. They're still going. They're still going. Oh, but for how much longer? I don't know. I have no clue. Endgame still trying to cause some more damage to Orby Blade. Orby Blade now in the clutches of Virus. And isn't this revenge? Isn't this revenge for Virus? Because Virus and Orby Blade took on the house. No, Endgame and Orby Blade took on the house robots. And, well, now Virus sort of getting a bit of revenge here against Orby Blade and slamming them into the arena wall. I don't think there's any life left in them here, though. They look battered, they look trashed, they look torn. And I think Endgame are the winners. And, oh, slamming! Orby Blade then, oh, and the spinners came off. Oh, that's just typical. The spinner comes off and Growler sends Orby Blade down the pit. Cease. Well, Endgame, they look a very impressive machine, destroying the spinner of Orby Blade before destroying them. I have big expectations for Endgame. I have very big expectations for them. From China, Yin and Yang 2. Yin and Yang 2 are Robot Wars Omega legends. They are fan favourites. They haven't really had too much great success in the heavyweight division, although Yang 2 did very well in the middleweights this year. They haven't had too much success when united with their brother, though. But who knows, maybe these two destructive spinners can do well here in the World Championships. From Northern Ireland, Nexus. Nexus straight off the heels for qualifying of Series 2 after beating another vicious spinner in Grated Carrot. Don't have to take down these two right here, driven by Stephen McCullough from Antweight Anarchy, and they are a beast of a machine. They are a beast of a machine. Can anything beat them? And in the Core Patrol Zone for the CPZ, well, would you rather get rammed by a Horde or flipped by the Tusks? Pick your poison, really. It's Rhino and Matilda. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. No. Activate! Oh, what a fight this should be, and already Nexus trying to come with a good flip right there and onto Yin. And now they're trying to come with retaliate back with a good flip of their own onto Yang 2. And oh, a huge flip that was! That was a mammoth of a flip just then. Nexus looked very impressive and flipping over Yang 2, but Matilda coming with a good flip of her own in onto Nexus. Nexus, though, they are a very powerful flipper. Matilda, she is a house robot in Antweight Anarchy. Nexus has flipped her over many times, and he's going to do it again. And they flipped over Matilda. Oh, that's great stuff right here. And now I'm trying to flip over Yang 2. Yang 2 seems to be in trouble, but Yin trying to come with a good hit right there. Nexus, they are trying to deal with the upended Yang, because once you deal with one, well, it is a bit easier. It is a bit easier, but they're on their side, and now, oh, for a second I thought they were in trouble. Yang 2 self-rights, and they do so. And a huge flip, and down the pit goes Yang 2. Well, that was a great flip from Nexus there, wasn't it? And are they going to try and do the same to Yin? Yes, they do. Oh, one's down the pit, one's out the arena, Matilda's on her back, and Rhino's angry. Well, that's kind of the way it goes, really, isn't it? Oh, and then Nexus flips itself in the pit, only to get out again. Cease. Wow, that was a very strong and impressive showing from Nexus. Flipping Yang 2 down the pit before chucking Yin 2 out. Well, such a shame to see Yin and Yang fail once again, but Nexus, they march on to the round of 16. From Sweden, Head-On Collision. Head-On Collision all the way from Sweden, armed with its 6-wheel drive pushing power, dual wedge design, very flat, and they do these side spikes as well to prevent itself from getting stuck on its side. Very good design this robot is, and they do have a lot of pushing power, although they are a brand new machine, perhaps a bit inexperienced. From Austria, Mechaniac. And here's Mechaniac back after getting absolutely destroyed by Supernova in Series 7. They are powered with a very strong flipper though, and they do have these nice side barrels to not get on their side, and these rear spikes at the back. We didn't really see much of them, but hey, it's got a face, and that's a start for everything, isn't it? And in the Core Patrol Zone for the CPZ, Well, you're not supposed to bring pets on an airport, let alone a rhino and a ravenous dog. Yes, it's Rhino and Growler. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. No. Activate. So, Mechaniac, this is their second ever fight. Their first fight was obviously in Series 7 when they got, well, trashed by Supernova. And look at the speed of head-on collision just here. This is a fast machine. I mean, Bolt, they can be the fastest robot in this tournament. I mean, I think you may want to take a look at head-on collision, because they are certainly having a head-on collision with Mechaniac here. Although they must avoid Growler, because they are very flat, so which makes them a perfect snack. But Growler coming with a great slam there, though, in onto Mechaniac. Mechaniac really struggling here at the minute. They came with that good flip at the start, but ever since then, it has all been head-on collision. And look at the speed of them here. I like the look of head-on collision. It would be such a shame if they, like, I don't know, get beaten or something. But Mechaniac, they really are struggling. And this is another dominant performance against, well, the Austrian Flipper. And now head-on collision. Very nearly went down the pit, Mechaniac, just then. Mechaniac, they do want to get redemption. They say they're better at driving. They do flip head-on collision up and over, though. I mean, give credit to them. They do have a decent flipper. But head-on collision, they just have the speed, the ground clearance, and, well, everything else that Mechaniac doesn't seem to have. I mean, and they're just slamming them, it seems. And, oh, look at that! They've gone right in. They've gone right into the pistons of Mechaniac. And that would have seriously damaged the flipper. And I don't think they are self-righting, because of just the damage a speed from head-on collision has caused. Has it, like, snapped the bungee or something? I wonder. Well, either way, they aren't self-righting, and they're going very close towards the pit. And they're down the pit. Cease. That was a very impressive performance from the new machine, head-on collision. The Swedish robot, certainly very successful, fast, nimble, quick. I like the look of head-on collision. This robot we could be seeing things from them in the future. We won't be seeing things from Mechaniac in the future. They're down the pit. From Belgium, Philippa 2. Here's Philippa 2. They are going into Series 2, as they did qualify after beating Demolition Evo. They do have a decent flipper at the front and a rear grabbing arm. They're a good machine, but having looked at who they're facing, I don't see them getting very far. From Australia, Death Roll. And this is why they're taking on the 16th seeds Death Roll. Death Roll seeded because they won the Annihilator in Maximum Overdrive, and you could see how they have a vicious vertical spinner. They even have a self-righting mechanism as well. 4-wheel drive, great speed, lots of push, great driving, vicious spinner. I reckon this robot could win this World Championship, you know. And in the core patrol zone for the CPZs, well, we have a reunion of the boys, Rhino and Virus. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Oh, should be a good fight, this should be. It'll be interesting to see how Philippa does, though. And they've already knocked Death Roll up and over. So if they beat Death Roll, that will be one of the biggest upsets in Robots Omega history. But no, Death Roll self-right. And now, coming with that vicious vertical spinner in onto Philippa. And Philippa being knocked up and over. Oh dear, the poor fish. The poor fish being trashed by Death Roll here at the moment. Now, both machines will be in Series 2. Death Roll was seeded. Philippa, they qualified after beating Demolition Evo. I mean, you would have seen that in the qualifier highlights video. And now Death Roll trying to bring in that vicious vertical spinner once again, hitting Philippa into the air just then, and another big hit. Now Philippa, they do have a Shremek, there we go, self-righting, and they have fought a vicious vertical spinner before in Black Hole, but I mean, oh, Death Roll are a different kettle of fish to the German champs, let me tell you. Oh, and they're just, and trying to uppercut Philippa 2 into the air once again. I think they're trying to go for the USA. I think that's what they're going for. Another big hit right here. In comes Virus, and Virus does like a good bit of Belgium sushi. Picking up Philippa, named after the dolphin. Philippa, and oh, another, look at this. They're just ganging up on it. They're just ganging up on poor Philippa. Oh, this is sad. This is sad. Oh, and they're out the arena. Just like that. The Dutch Series 2 runners-up were no match for this vicious croc. Cease. Well, I mean, what do you expect? A crocodile's a predator and dolphins are not. Death Roll mullered Philippa 2 before sending them out the arena. Could this robot win the World Championships, I wonder? From England, Rapid. Here they are, the reigning UK champions, Rapid, all the way from England. Of course, they had to represent the Brits. We might as well get the best of England to represent us. They are armed with a very powerful flipper, low wedge speed, 4-wheel drive, on the quickest machines in the business. They haven't been doing too greatly as of late, but they are a very powerful machine. Can anything stop them here in the World Championships? From Spain, Red Bull. They're from Spain and they're here to bring the pain. It's Red Bull. We've only seen them a couple of times in request fights, although they do have a very powerful flipper. And, well, they did win probably one of the most memorable fights of all time against Liftoff, Plan B and Robo Puppy. Yeah, this is definitely fitting for a main event. Two very strong flippers. So let's get to the arena to see who will come out on top. And in the core patrol zone for the CPZs, well, we can't have any world event without having the local drunks crash it. It's Matilda and Virus. Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate. Oh yes, here we go. So we have Rapid and Red Bull. Now, the main event of this episode, actually. As it's between two very powerful flippers. And if Rapid loses this, well, that would be an immense shock. The reigning UK champions, well, they didn't do well in the All-Stars. They lost in the first round there, but they did do very well in War of the Weapons, and War of the Weapons finalist. Veterans, they've been competing since Series 0, the last pre-season, and they, well, won Series 1, and now they're trying to come with a good flip right here, in onto Red Bull. But Red Bull can't have a huge flip just then. Red Bull, they won't be in Series 2. I forgot about them when I was doing the draw for the qualifiers. but they are in the World Championships to make amends against Rapid of all machines. And Virus trying to come with a good lift right there and onto Red Bull. Red Bull, though, they are stuck in the corner. They are stuck in the corner right here. And Rapid trying to come to some good flips. But Red Bull, oh, very close to going down the pit. Then you were Rapid. Rapid being flipped up and over by Red Bull once again. But Rapid now coming with a good flip right here, and Red Bull seemingly stuck up against the wall. And Rapid now coming back with some good flips of their own. This is fitting of a main event, let me tell you. Virus lifting Red Bull up. Rapid now getting that flipper behind and flipping Red Bull up and over. And Red Bull seems to be being flipped about at the minute. Virus lifting Red Bull up and over, but Rapid now coming with a good flip onto Virus. And what on earth's happened here then? Red Bull seems to be stuck between a rock and a hard place, and that rock is Virus, and the hard place is the arena wall. Matilda, Red Bull, come on, get back down. Yeah, there we go, Red Bull, being knocked back down, and I think, yeah, Rapid flips Virus back down just then. That was a very interesting part of the fight, wasn't it? And Rapid now coming back with some more onslaught of flips right here in onto Red Bull. Throwing them up and over once again, and Red Bull, despite starting off very impressively, Rapid are coming back very strongly here. Maybe they've gauged the power of this machine. Perhaps. Virus coming with another good grapple in onto Red Bull. Virus being flipped about by Rapid here, and they're out of the arena. Well said. Get the drunk out of here. And, well, Red Bull, they are really struggling here at the moment. Oh, but Rapid do go back down, and another huge flip. Seriously, any time I see Red Bull flip Rapid, my heart enters I feel like I'm eating my heart. It's like very scary. Just the thought of, I don't know, the UK champions losing in the first round of yet another tournament. And now Matilda are coming in onto Rapid. And Red Bull trying to flip Matilda up and over, and they do so. And can they get Rapid out of the arena? No, they couldn't quite do it. And this is a very strong showing from Red Bull to take on the reigning champions. A very strong showing. cease. But it does go to the judges. I think Rapid are trying to right Red Bull. Yeah, they do. It does go to the judges, and what a fight that was between these two formidable robots. And the judges have made their decision. You know the criteria. Damage, control, and aggression. 1 point for each. And for damage, they've given it to Rapid. For control, they've given it to Rapid. And for aggression, they've given it to Rapid. Yes, it was a good effort from Red Bull, but in the end, it was a unanimous decision as the judges have given it to Rapid. Yes, the British champs are still in. Red Bull, they are from Spain. They did bring the pain, but it wasn't quite enough to take down our reigning champions. So with that, the first episode of the World Championships is already done. So let's recap the action thus far. Gravity from the Netherlands, the reigning world champions, doing a good job at defending their title after sending Lucky out the arena. New Boys Bolt looked impressive after flipping Cerberus around the arena and out. Tube Cow looked impressive with that scary axe against Speed Dozer. And speaking of scary, the vertical spinner of Endgame absolutely destroying Orby Blaze. And with Anarchy Veterans Nexus bullied Yin and Yang 2. And an impressive newcomer in the Quick and Nimble head-on collision. And then the penultimate fight, we saw Death Roll feast on the Dolphin that was Philippa 2. And in the main event, after a very close Flipper fight, the reigning champions Rapid still came out on top. All 8 of these machines have made it, will be the first 8 going into the round of 16. And next week, we will be seeing the next 8 join them. Who will it be? Well, find out next time on Robot Wars Omega, the World Championships.